What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? All right, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on this beautiful Sunday night? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday evening. Time to get into it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Time to get into it. Yeah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Yeah. All right. Let's go with it, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Tonight's show topic is modern women are deceitful. Very deceitful. Very, very deceitful. Well, I said tonight I was going to do a little bit of introduction about myself. Just tell a little bit about myself. Won't get into heavy detail for my listeners. And hold on just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Stephen Cartwright Show. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the night's topic is modern women are deceitful. And tonight I want to share a little bit of my personal life with about me a little bit, on my life a little bit. First of all, I want to sit back and I want to say, hey, give people a little bit of background up on me, so they know they won't be just, listening to somebody that just haven't did anything with their life. Someone that does have a resume. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stephen Cartwright, and I am a 26-year. Let's start this out. A 26-year, not a 26-year, but a 28-year master truck driver, and I'm also in my younger years. I went to school up in after I left Lufkin High School. I came up to Dallas, and I went to school here in Dallas, and I left Dallas, and I left Dallas once I got out of school, and I went to Arkansas, and I became a forest ranger for a couple of years. From there, I have other specific background that I don't want to share that. It's getting a little bit too personal, but I have done a lot of extensive things with my life. I've done a lot of traveling. Have done a lot of good things with my lifetime. I've been to several countries, have an extensive education. So, like I say, I am going to call myself I am a master truck driver and a forest ranger. My first trade I ever took up was fabrication and blueprint reading. That was my first thing I ever took up in my lifetime when I was a youngster. First trade. I can still burn. These are the kind of when I was an iron worker, that's why I learned how to read blueprints and learned how to build things. I can build almost any structure on the planet, almost any type of structure. And those things stuck with me all my life. And as I grew up, I grew up with my father, and I had a good stepfather also. I grew up mainly around men all my life, and that is something that I wanted to share with my audience. So I just didn't want everybody to sit up there and say, hey, you just listen at somebody that just want to blab off after their mouth, that don't have no world experience. And also, too, I want to lay this out there, too, and leave this with people. Pretty much almost everywhere that I went to school at and everywhere that I attended school, it was all men, and we had very few female staff members. And that is something that I would love to see for them to bring that back. Is have a lot of male-only schools where men go to school, because you tend to learn better. You tend to stay focused better. You tend to be less corrupt. Because you don't have that distraction. I was blessed. Very blessed. Very, very blessed. As I came up over the years. When I first learned how to start doing things, I was a young man under my father and my stepfather. My father taught me things that I needed to coexist in life with. And my stepfather taught me how to work. My stepfather taught me how to get my way through this life. And, my mother pushed me off on them. But this is about the way I came up, my upbringing. It wasn't always the best from the other side, but thank God for my father and my stepfather. I've been in several bad. I mean, I've done some crazy stuff, and been on excitement and adventure. As a forest ranger and as a long haul truck driver. Also, I built some amazing things. That have done that. So I just wanted to put a little bit of that out there. I've done other things too now. That is only a small bit, just the bare minimum of the things that I've done with my life. So anyway, let's get on to it, ladies and gentlemen. Modern women are deceitful. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Let's get on with it. How modern women is deceitful. Yeah. Let's start out, how they talk about how modern, let's start out with the cheating. Modern women, they cheat on their boyfriends, significant other, husbands, more than they tell you that they do. It's just that, excuse me. It's just that they are more sneaky about it. Much, much more sneaky about it. Trips out with the girlfriends. You really can't just sit back and just be trusting in what they be saying. And, and I think we all have been a victim of it. And it's come down to us. It's a surprise to us. It comes down as a surprise to us because we always have this notion, believe all women. Believe all women, believe all women. Come to find out, they lie too, but they just lie better. We have a serious deceiving problem and a behavior problem with a lot of our ladies, but we have to talk about these things in order to get to the solutions that we need to get to with these problems. We really do. We need to shine some light on a lot of this stuff, because we can't have our families and we're not going to be able to really and truly just build a community until we face the music. Not until we start facing the music. Sure ain't. You know, we're going to talk about mental abuse. Let's go to mental abuse. You know, how a lot of the modern women, they mentally abuse men in the society. The mental abuse is just horrendous. Ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at that. Pick the fine time to do that. Yeah. The mental abuse. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to do this. Gotta be done. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Just one moment. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My sincerest apologies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down with this mental abuse. You know, when it comes down to being mentally abused, more young men and young boys and children are mentally abused, mainly by their mothers. And they don't have their fathers, uh, they don't have their father's knowledge. From growing up in all these single parent households, it is ridiculous. Excuse me. It is ridiculous. All the mental abuse of these young boys and girls. Girls get mentally abused too. But here's some good things about a lot of boys. A lot of boys, sometimes they can deprogram and turn their lives around and come out and make a better life for themselves. You know, that's why I say, deceitful. It's like almost everything around them is surrounded by the government. And and the government sits back and they support this stuff. They be supporting it. They be supporting the mental abuse, because everything that a lot of the ladies are involved with has something to do with the government. Indoctrination of children. I'm gonna tell you, it's a mess. Let's go to another one. The abuse of social privileges. It's like almost every program that is set up through the government to help people is set up just to go through women and women alone. There's nothing there to help men. Absolutely nothing. I mean, if you look at all the free stuff, that most women, only thing you got to do is push out a baby. You don't have to stay with the father. You don't have to prove that you was even in an abusive situation. Or you don't have to prove anything. You can just go and leave, children out here in fatherless situation because the government say you can do it. I mean, you name these, you name food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, housing. I mean, I know there's a lot of you out here that's gotten phone calls. Hey, you want to qualify for these food stamps and stuff like that. I know I've gotten phone calls like that before. I don't know if they know they calling a man, but yeah. And modern women take full advantage. Break up their own households just so they can get that free ride. And then they turn around and say, oh, I did it all on my own. And the government do it just to separate families. And they'll argue you up and down, left and right, ladies and gentlemen, that they're just helping. No, you're not. You know exactly what you're doing. Cold going away. You know, you know, ladies and gentlemen, don't y'all know? For every shelter that is set up for men, there is 1,000 shelters for every one shelter for men, for women. That means they have 1,000 women's shelters at verse for men. They may only have one. It's 1,000 to 1. 1,000 to 1. Can you imagine if you're a man in this world? Think about your sons and think about the troubles that they're going to have when they get ready to be on the outside of your door. Don't nobody want to do nothing for them, but I mean, in the government, and we pay taxes. Actually, men pay more taxes than women do, and we can't get nothing. We can't get no help. The court system. Let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I was speaking in one of my last live streams about voting. I'm going to say this again. Judges and all these people, these are elected officials. These judges. And us as men, we have every power. We have the ability to do something about all of this. I think it ought to be a crime to go down and make a false police report. And I believe if you go to court and that man is found not guilty of abusing someone or in a case of whichever the case may be, I believe that woman should be on the hook for lawyer fees when he get found not guilty by a jury. And I think that she should fall open to lawsuits, even jail. Let's reiterate this again. The system is something else against men, but we have the ability to do something about it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the ability to do something about it, us as men. And we're going to get into some things also too tonight about men being able to expand their horizons, beyond this how these women are deceitful and how they take advantage. You ever notice everywhere you go in court, you always walk up on a female judge that's ready to be unfair to your ass. They are ready to be unfair to your ass. They are ready to kick you around. They are ready to pass ugly judgment, and then they will use shame language up on you too. Because no, I don't trust them. And I want to say to each and every individual guy out here, I'm going to say to all of you, back even during the Obama years, there was a lot of innocent men that went to jail that they just don't talk about. They don't talk about it. In the Obama years, a lot of innocent men got brought up on charges that they was innocent of. Sure did. Don't nobody talk about it. Don't nobody want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it on this show. Sure is. We're going to talk about it on this show because I believe one person in jail that is innocent, and that's one too many. One too many. I believe that. That's one too many. And I think that there should be charges brought against them automatically. Let me tell you something. They control the court systems, and when the man done spent all of this money proving his innocence, you mean to tell me there's no repercussions for all that? That's why I say modern women are deceitful. They deceitful. You know, very, very deceitful. They don't honor their relationships. You cannot trust in what they're saying. I mean, multiple infidelities. Now, if a man do it and it's a woman judge on that stand, she is out to punish him. She will punish him while she's sitting on that stand. She will punish that guy mentally. Only thing you got to do is turn around and look at the TV. You turn around and you look at all these female judge shows. Boy, they mentally abuse the hell out of men. They sure do. You look at Laura Lake, Lynn Toller, all the rest of them that be sitting up there. You even got some men that sit up there and they do it. Mentally abuse that. Oh, we're following the law. No, your asshole is what you is. But you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, all of these people are elected officials. And I say to men, you know, we have power to do something about it. Vote their ass out. Get rid of them. It's time to start changing these things over and making the system fair again. You don't have to go along with them. But if you go along with them, that, you know, you're asking for it. And modern women are hungry, just you know, I call them Komodos. Just greedy for power. And will abuse it on your ass too. I've seen it. Only thing I do is turn on TV and watch. Watch. All you gotta do is just sit there and watch. Oh, we gonna respect women in these courtrooms where you don't never talk about respecting no man. I say to all men, stay away from the justice system. You don't want to know none of them. You don't want to help any of them either. Don't mess around with them. Do not intertwine your life in that place or in anything like that. I'd say all men there. And by these women, every time you look up, they have these young boys where their lives wind up at. Intertwined with the criminal justice system. The court system. I'm going to tell you, if you have your sons, tell your sons about this. And there's women in there. They don't care nothing about you. Had one judge, but a young man made a mistake. She was black. Sentenced that young man to 199 years in prison. And he did something wrong, but he didn't deserve that. Not no sentence like that. Black woman at that. He got out of jail, but he didn't have no life left. Not nothing for real. Gentlemen, we have to start thinking about the way that we vote. Just because there's a woman, that don't mean you vote for her. That don't mean she's best. Doesn't mean that. Moral infidelity. And you just can't blink for that. You really can't. You really can't blink for it. Because women will take up for each other even in the face of their own wrongs. They sure will. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes down to men's lives, we should not seek women's approval. We shouldn't. We should not seek their approval. And we should walk away from bad relationships immediately. And we should not sit back and we should not take our time about doing it. Because remember, time is the most precious thing that we have. When I say women are deceitful, I mean it's deceitful right about now. And I say to everybody, and I say these men, we have to rise to a different level of thinking. We should not stop voting. We should start voting differently. And in this season, on my show, when it comes down and it's start time to vote again, I am going to be a heavy advocate on which way men should fly. Now, this channel is going to advocate heavily against a lot of things that they're pushing up on us. And I am a big advocate of men expanding their horizons, looking for other things other than just being here in the United States of America. You know, Passport Brothers, they got an idea, boy, and I like it too. You know, modern women is fixing to come into a real live reality check. You may be able to be deceitful for so long. They are fixing to become very, very in need. Sure is. Very in need. And I'll sit here and I'll say in front of you, men are thinking of ways to go elsewhere to stay. Here in the modern Americas, in America, the USA, you know, you think things are going so, you know, how deceitful it is, you get these feminist lovers like Joe Biden, Barack Obama. You know, I'm talking about the men now that just in love and adore feminism in order to keep people separated. Let's get a little bit off in that aisle. It was like I said again, you know, women have their minions also. They have their minions. You know, there's simp men that'll come after other men in order to keep them in check. You know, they're attack dogs. That's why I say modern women deceitful. Get you to think, you know, us as men, like gay is being gay is right. Be messing with the development of children through medications to change their gender. They sit there and they try to make you think that that's type of stuff. I'll say that's why I sit there and say modern women deceitful, and they have their minions. Help them out. Gays are involved in it too. Like that's okay. People thinking that, you know, they're in the wrong body. Having young children thinking that they're in the wrong body. I think they're mentally ill. You know, some of them need to be in Russ. They have a place down here in Texas. They have a place called Russ State Hospital. A whole lot of them need to be in there. Sure do. But gentlemen, we have the power to change a lot of things. The standard of living in the United States is fixed to change for modern women. Being deceitful, conniving, and just out to destroy men. You know, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of Gloria Steinems out there. And there's some out there that's even worse than Gloria Steinem. Let me tell you another way how women are so deceitful. Let's get back to this Roe versus Wade thing. I think I kind of mentioned it in one of my videos. You know, we all know that the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. You sit there and you listen to Joe Biden, how he talked about, you know, how Roe v. Wade was overturned and all that good stuff. Don't y'all know that women have 32 forms of birth control pill? Birth control, 32 forms of birth control. You lose one and you still hollering. This is how delusional modern American women in politics are, and how radicalized that they are. You know, they just want to control life in every way. And like I said before, I believe that the sonogram has become a part of some of our worst nightmares. I believe that no one should know what the gender of a child is that is to become into this world. Don't tell them anything. I think that should remain with the doctors, and that's all. And any doctor that is caught telling a patient what the gender of the child is, you could lose your license up to a whole year to 2 years to practice medicine. I think so. I'll say y'all, modern women are deceitful. They got a plan for everything, and they want to exercise it with bad intentions. Watch back, and you know, us as black men and men in general better stop being suckers. Better stop being so many suckers. Telling you. They already got you thinking that transgender women is okay. They are going against the natural process of life in every way. That's why I say modern women are deceitful. They team up with everybody else except the heterosexual male. And then here's another way how deceitful they are, how they just sit back and they say, you know, men is down and dirty. You know, you go out here, you choose these Pookies and Ray Rays. You choose these Pookies and Ray Rays, and all you want, and you play the victim card all the time. And you know these men are no good, but yet and still you want to spread out there all men ain't ish. And you knew he wasn't ish, but you could scream it out anyway, but it's still a man's fault, and you knew he wasn't no good anyway. I think things like that really, really and truly need to change too. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we really need to step back and really, really evaluate us as men, how we vote. We need to really, really evaluate how our thinking process is up in this life. We really need to look at the people who that they're telling us that is our enemy. Are they really? You know, you turn around, you look at the world today. You know, and I'm gonna jump off the subject a little bit, and I'm gonna say this. You look at all the tension around the world today, and you sit back and you look at these, you look at Joe Biden and a lot of these women, and you look at what's going on over there with Russia, and you sit back and you look at what's going on in Ukraine and China, North Korea. And I say to all you men up out there, a lot of these ungrateful women at the helm, you know, you started that goddamn fight over there with those people. And I'm going to tell y'all like this here, gentlemen. The bad treatment the way that they treated us, they're going to get ready to ask a lot of us to give our lives for what? Because people, I'm going to tell you like this here. If they think Russia, China, North Korea, all these people like that, man, it's honestly scared of the United States, boy, they first going to get the rude awakening. They sick of the bully ass bullshit. You can talk that shit all you want to, but when a person got resolve, they will beat your ass, man. When a people has resolved, I took a long, hard look at those North Koreans. You think they bullshit? I took a long, hard look at Chinese. They ain't did nothing to us, but you think they bullshitting? I took a long, hard look at the Russians. You think they bullshit? You think they playing around? They ain't did shit. They sick of the bullyism. And when Trump was in office, wasn't none of this going on, man. Wasn't none of this going on. So don't give me that bullshit. I don't even want to hear it. Because in a lot of ways, I don't blame Vladimir Putin. I wouldn't want that shit on my goddamn borders either, man. You have to think about it, people. One of them people was down there. Russia was putting missiles and all kinds of stuff down there in Cuba. United States wouldn't like that shit. Same thing goes on in this country. Walk around trying to bully everybody. But see, yeah, you think these people gonna back off? No, they're not. They ain't threatening the Chinese. I mean, you have to think about it. Far as I know of, the experience that I have, you know, knowing the military, that's 2 million man armies. That's just in 2 countries. You don't know what's in the others. Tell you right now, think they're gonna play around. You got something to think about. And I think a lot of them women over here, you need to shut the hell up. Because it ain't going to be you out there on that front line. They're going to fight your ass back. Let's just put it like that. They're going to fight your ass with fire and fury. And I'm going to leave that like that. It is what it is. And they're sick of the bullyism. You can see it in their face. And I'm going to be a staunch advocate against it. Sure is. No, you can't be just over there just fucking with those people. Excuse my language. Just messing with those people. Leave those people alone. And then got modern women up there just, you know, ain't nobody going for everything that you say. When Trump was there, we didn't have all that. It's just this what it is. But anyway, let's get back on subject, get back on point. You know, relationships are bad right now, you know, because of the deceit of women and the choices that they make. You have to understand this here. The choices that they making in men. Just, you know, another example. I was reading it, looking at another news, looking at something else come over there, the news. Woman had 12 children. She died. They asked where all the fathers of these children were. She died having her 12th child. The oldest child, daddy, is in his grave. This woman had 12 kids. She's no longer with her 12 children. The youngest child's father is in prison. Where's the rest of them daddies at? That's what's going on. And they still got this same mantra going on. That's what I was talking about, how they abuse the system. Have more kids, more food stamp check. Still goes on. It just kept under the radar a little bit more. Modern women deceitful. Under the hands of the government all the time. Gentlemen, we have to take up something different. We got to start doing things differently. Pookies and Ray Rays. And then a lot of these women, they honestly believe that you got an argument. No, you have lots and lots of suitable men. You have lots and lots of good men out here. And one thing, see, this is the thing, I want to say this here before I just, move on. This is the thing that gets me with everything that's going on in the world right now. The Pookies and Ray Rays, they're not going to be the ones that's going out there on the battlefield. They're going to be left here behind. They're going to be taking the good, stand-up citizens to go out there to fight on the front lines. They ain't gonna take them Pookies and Ray Rays out there. Hell, they probably be done join the other side on them. I just wanted to get that out the way. And look at the disrespect. Boy, I think they're gonna get a rude awakening this time now. But anyway, you know, wanted to say something about that, gentlemen. But yet still, a lot when these women, they start having all these kids like this, and they be with men that they know it's not going to be good for, they still turn around and say, oh, man, ain't shit. They sit here, they get out here on social media, and they just don't have that argument. You have a lot of suitable men that is suitable to have children with, but they don't want those men. Well, you know what? You deserve what you get. If that's just not what you want to do. But the government like this here, you know, and this is the type of stuff that they thrust up on us. Sure is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a 2-minute intermission, and then we're going to come back and we're going to wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all keep this in mind. And you come watch the rerun of the live stream, like, subscribe. Support the show. There's a lot of great content here. I know a lot of things that a lot of people, they just don't get, they don't understand. This is a new way, a different level of thinking, a different perspective. Going to intermission. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful show tonight. Going to intermission. Yes. Having a good time tonight. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back and here to uh, finish up the show. You know, we're just here to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, that how deceitful, modern women are today. We just have to be able to navigate through all that, us as men. We gotta start navigating through this stuff. We can't just be, just taking it just because they're women. And we just, we got to do better at it, us as men. We got to care more about our futures. We got to care more about our well-being. We got to start holding them more accountable. Now that men has really and truly got their voice right now, there's so much more that we can do. It really is. This is Sunday. I don't want to keep everybody too long on these live streams. We've been at it for an hour and 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I really just I don't want to keep anybody too long. I want everybody to get back out and enjoy this Sunday. And I mean, welcome to the Stephen Cartwright Show. And if you want to come back and you want to leave a comment on the video and stuff, leave a comment, like, subscribe, leave your comment. Well, I want to know exactly what you think. I want to know. Sure do. And have a place where you can come over here and you can make your voice heard. Come make your voice heard here on this show. Come and make your voice heard. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get ready to close out the show tonight. Want to give everybody a nice little intermission, and more upgrades is on its way. I want to put that out there too. We're going to upgrade the show a little bit more, and we are going to do more things. We're going to have more attractions to come through. I love doing this show, and remember, gentlemen, protect your peace, protect your welfare, and protect who you are. Never lay down your values, your morals, and never retreat away from your good conscience for nothing. Let the good flow in your heart. Let what is good flow within you, men. Let's take care of our sons and our daughters. And we hope that women, y'all come around. And I am going to get ready to close out the show. We love y'all. This is the Stephen Cartwright Show. Until the next live stream, I will probably, more than likely, I will be running a short live stream Monday night. So we want everybody to come on and join in, and I'm going to leave more videos up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We love y'all. And I'd like to say from the host of Stephen Cartwright Show, peace out. Yeah. Yes. We're going to solve these problems that's plaguing our communities today, baby. Yeah. Hope everybody enjoying the show. Yeah, we're going to straighten out all of this. Have a good time. Yes. Love being in the studio. We're going to start trying to acclimate some solutions. We're going to start pushing for solutions. And also, too, us as men, we need to start looking on the outside of the United States for more horizons. We have to start, as men, we have to start going global. Going global instead of just looking on the inside. Mm-hmm. Great content, baby. Beautiful content. Yes. Love being out here. I love doing this here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I've done military work before too. So, but we're not going to discuss that about me. Yeah, we're not going to discuss so much about that. Some of that you're going to have to say a little on the low level. So we're going to keep that on low low. We love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Want y'all to have a very blessed one. Enjoy. Peace out.